What's up, people? In this video, we're going to watch this high-intensity health. What was this? Oh, what Keto, Carnivore, and OMAD did to our organs. I watched. We're gonna put the ketogenic diet. I watched like the first minute of this before, and I was like, I don't know. It made me angry because I was like, this is misleading clickbait title. Although, what do you expect? Like, it's YouTube, you know. Clickbaiters gonna clickbait. It's a necessary evil, really, straight up. Anyway, I'm gonna do it now. So, yeah. If you guys have any other recommendations for videos or YouTubers, let me know. Leave me a comment.
And the eating 1 meal a day fasting pattern to the test. Deanna and I both got diffusion weight imaged full body MRIs. Long story short, this is an advanced magnetic resonance image of every tissue and organ in our body.
If I had no idea what your birthday is, and actually I never even knew your birthday until you told me,
See you later.
I would put you as a 16-year-old female. You know, you're like, oh, muscle.
Well, at least there's muscle. Is there good muscle? Oh my god. Good.
Let me show you how much muscle you have. All this dark gray here is all muscle.
What would the percentage be? Can you tell that on there?
We could get an idea, but really the best quantitative test is a DEXA scan.
Okay, let's do that.
But like your percentage has to be like 10%.
I know it's pretty low, yeah.
You know, you can see, for example, if I just zoom this in, you see that white layer there?
They'd let me elaborate. I'll start on the
but
that's all the subcutaneous fat she had.
Yeah, which is paper thin. And then as well here in your visceral fat, why it's like there's always visceral fat around the kidneys, and you barely have any. Your kidney is wrapped right up here against your liver.
Wow.
Well, I was right. It's amazing. I've never seen this little amount of fat in anybody.
Is that right?
And so that's from 1 meal a day.
Well, it's about 1,600 calorie meal, 1,700 calories. So I've been doing it for about 7 months, but I was intermittent fasting. I lifted a lot of weight, so and I'm still very strong.
Yeah, no, it's fascinating to me. You know,
because you've done that many scans and you haven't seen so much of this little blood fat.
That much muscle.
Yeah, with that much muscle and that amount of low fat.
Jesus, fucking bass on these headphones that vibrate in my ear. Okay, girl looks good for sure. You know, as much as I love OMAD and I don't espouse full carnivore, I'm not saying like only eat meat ever, never eat anything else, which is what seems to be what these carnivore people say to do. I don't say that. I do see the value of a lot of meat. Kind of jealous of her body fat percentage, really. I wonder how much I would have. I don't know. I started doing super slow bodybuilding, which is what I originally did when I found the warrior diet. I would do essentially 5 seconds up. Like, you know, you have the concentric movement, which is where you are pulling the weight against gravity, I think. And then the eccentric movement, which is where you're lowering the weight, essentially. So I do 5 seconds up, 5 seconds down, and then 5 seconds at the top of the movement. Or it's really 5 seconds up, 5 seconds at the top, and then 5 seconds down. And honestly, like my muscles feel so much denser now. It's like, I feel like I'm growing so fast. So I'm wondering like what my body will be like in a month of doing this. It's pretty cool. Yeah, anyway, as much as I hate keto, really. I'm not a fan of carnivore, full carnivore, like the crazy carnivore people will say. OMAD is cool, but as much as I love these things, is this person's result because of those things? I don't think so. No, not only, right? Like, no, it's just not. Homegirl goes to the gym, like, well, I don't know. It's clickbait for fucking stupid fat people. Like, I don't know. I have such low faith in humanity at this point.
Points we want to make here. Number one, dismiss this myth that the ketogenic diet is somehow bad for your liver and is going to cause non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Because a lot of people have this perception that if you eat fat, it's going to like clog your arteries and clog your liver. And so we're going to cut to some multiple slices of both of our livers. Deanna has been doing intermittent fasting, nutritional ketosis. You started in the winter. I remember December of 2013. I didn't start until 2015. It was May of 2015 when Alessandro Ferretti kind of talked to me about it. So long story short, between the two of us, it's been a combined over 7 years. Yeah. Right. Deanna's been following more of a carnivorous 1 meal a day approach since January of 2019. So it's been 8 months. Okay. So I don't know. That seems like a long enough time to see if like things were really regressing. Right. If your health was regressing, it would probably show up on a functional test, like an MRI.
Right. So the liver,
yeah,
I mean,
I can show you actually, that's quite good. So what we actually have are multiple different filters looking through the liver.
Yeah.
So this set of images here, so this is your right side. So we'll start at the top. So this is the base of your lungs. So like the air around you, the lungs are full of air.
Yeah.
So unless there's a tumor mass, we don't see much, which is good in your case. And so when we look through the liver, which sits right here, right, we're looking to see if there's any concerning lesions anywhere in the liver. And so we have, you can see over here, you can see all these different filters working at the same time. And so this one here, if you had what's called a hepatic adenoma, it would actually have macroscopic fat, which you would see. We're not seeing any of that.
Is this routine NASH as well?
NASH you actually see on this one.
Oh, okay, that filter, gotcha.
So this filter here is looking for non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, or basically what we're looking really for is fat. For example, you'll see all the organs. You see how they are outlined in this black thick line. So anywhere at a pixel level, and a pixel here is about a millimeter or less. If it's black, that means there is fat mixed in with that pixel. So if there's microscopic fat, which is what NASH or non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is, you'll actually see the entire liver being dark.
Wow.
And you don't have that at all.
No liver fat from the high fat diet.
When I watch this stuff, I just think, I don't know, I don't even want to say it, it's too fucking morbid, but like, we're just fucking monkeys on a rock hurtling through space, really, is what we are, who've like figured out all this shit. Like, what are the odds, honestly? Like, what are the odds that, am I the only one who thinks about this? I took an astronomy class when I was in college, and it blew my mind how big the universe is, really. Not only how big the universe is, how many stars there are, how old the stars are, and how just vast the entire universe is. And then not only how vast it is, but how little evidence there is that there's any signs of intelligent life anywhere. There's people, NASA, and all these like hobbyist astronomers, who all they do all day or all night is like look through their fucking telescope and like look for aliens, basically. And where are they? Wouldn't we have heard about it by now? Some fucking alien somewhere, all these like independent wackos like looking in their telescopes. Like, I'm sure we would have found it by now. There's nothing. You know what I mean? Really, actually nothing. Yet here we are on this planet, meanwhile, and there's no other signs of intelligent life, even on this planet. Only human beings. But here we are, we've got, like, even think about it. Could you make this cup? Could you make this? No, you can fucking make this. You know how to make a glass, like, dripping everywhere. We made this glass, right? We figured out how to print shit on this glass. We figured out how to, like, make tea. We figured out that this tea is the best tea. Not only we figured out that this tea is the best tea, we know all the scientific shit that happens when you drink this tea. We know how to mass produce and commercially distribute this type of tea so that this business can get set up and that I can come here and talk to my little folding plastic box and communicate this to you wherever you are watching this. In the future, arguably hundreds of years in the future, people might watch this video. This might be like vintage YouTube. Like the first 20 years of YouTube, it'll be on the vintage channel. Like Nick at Night, right? It was like on the vintage TV show or whatever. What are the odds, really? When I see shit like this, I'm like, back in the day, they used to think religion, God, all this stuff, but now you have some fucking India dude in a laboratory somewhere who knows that it's really just microscopic fat in your liver. I don't know. Waxing philosophical.
Hey, Kirsten.
Well, there you go.
I haven't looked yet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no filter.
So I can tell you that there's no increased iron. So that looks good. And then, no liver fat. None.
All right.
It's beautiful.
Nice.
The other thing we're going to talk about is, do high-protein diets rot your kidneys? Don't you hear about that, right? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, somehow high-protein diets or meat is going to rot your kidneys.
Protein rots your kidneys, so we should expect your kidneys will be
Yeah, it
rotted,
needs to
right?
be trashed, right?
No, it look good.
Nice. Body's utilizing it, Mike. Thank you. Need a liver.
And so here's your common bile duct. There's your gallbladder. There's no gallstones in it. And this little line there, that's your pancreatic duct. Coming over across your pancreas. So another view of the pancreas. Remember we talked about how we like to look at them on multiple planes?
Yeah.
And so the pancreas we look at about 4 different ways. So there it is there. And over across. But yeah, it's a little fat. It's tough to find things.
It's kind of weird, just like my bone mass. I was interested to see, because I have such low body fat, what is going on with my bones. Was there any sign of osteopenia or osteoporosis? Because I have strong bones in my family, and so it's good to get this stuff on video so people, Mike's followers, can see kind of what is going on with my health as I go through this.
So probably the simplest thing is if I was to look at this, if I had no idea what your birthday is, and actually I never even knew your birthday till you told me.
See you later.
I would put you at a 16-year-old female.
16-year-old female. Did you guys hear that? Who just
16-year-old female.
ripped on me in Mike's last post? Not anorexic.
Your bone mass is quite impressive. Your spine is impressive, but most importantly, what actually happens with people who are younger and high-performance athletes is that their bone marrow expands. And so if we look at here, actually I'll zoom this out. So if we look at you can see there's 2 different types of marrow. There's red marrow, which is a red cell-producing marrow, and there's yellow marrow, which is fat marrow, which is once the red marrow is replaced. So high-performance athletes, the reason they train at altitude is to increase their marrow.
Interesting.
Increase the red marrow. And when we look at your red marrow is coming all the way down to your knees. The average person, their bone marrow ends at their pelvis.
So you say
in their 40s.
In the 40s, so around like you're saying 20s, 30s, it tends to decrease like.
So this makes me wonder. It's like, this is really okay. So what's the point here? Is that now, to be fair, again, like I said earlier, is this because she does fucking OMAD and Carnivore and Keto? No. How dumb is that? Whatever. Like, this is why I hate the fitness industry, because if you watch this and you're like, oh my god, she did OMAD and Carnivore, and that's why she has the body of a 16-year-old girl. do you sell a keto kit? Can I buy your book on keto? Here's my credit card. Swipe, and then whatever. Anyway, I'm so bitter. This is arguably because homegirl obviously fucking lives in the gym and like works out all the time, right? This is not, you do not build a body like that by eating fucking butter sandwiches, you know, butter, bacon wrapped butter. You don't. Sorry, fucking fat, lazy people in America. Like, no. You have to get your ass in the gym and train there extremely hard. Nutrition is also important, yes, and I guess they are technically dispelling myths about keto. I'm not muted, am I? I'm fucking dropping gems over here. No, alright. Sorry, I'm messing with this mute button to drown out the noise. Yeah, you're not going to like build a body like that without training. That's number one. Number two, this is really kind of, I want to say the first time, not really the first time in human history where people exercise, but this is the first time where it's kind of been proven, really, or reinforced by science and magnetic resonance imaging machines, which have not existed for very long, that your biological age is a thing. You know, like he said, it's the body of a 16-year-old girl. Does that mean that she will live to be 120 years old if she continues like this? Maybe. Think about it. Why do people die at 70, 80 years old or 90 years old? How many 80 or 90-year-olds do you know who go to the gym, who exercise? And how many of them do you know that train properly? Really? How many of them do you know that train properly and exercise and are active? You know, if you have a car, okay, let's take car's the easiest example. If you have a car and you leave your car in the garage for years and you drive it like once in a while, once every couple of years, that car's gonna fucking fall apart and rust and like go to shit. But if you maintain that car and you drive it all the time and you replace the parts and you fucking tune it up and you clean it and you give it the good gas, like it's gonna last for a long time. Will it not? Am I wrong? Right? So anyway, the point is that like is the cap on human lifespan, you know, what's the average lifespan these days? It's 80 something years old, right? What's the cap, really? Is it not, could it not be over, you know, high, or not high 100s, maybe low 100s, 100 and something? Or why could it not be 120, really, you know? 100 seems to be, you know, I actually heard that the average lifespan of a child born in the year 2000 is 100 years old. Average lifespan, right? To give you an idea. So why, and I don't know if this girl, is she on Anavar? Maybe, I don't know, but her organs seem fine. All right, does that make the case for Anavar? I'm not sure. She's also not a man, so it won't crash her testosterone. Anyway.
Like that.
When you're a child, your red marrow is going to be about here, and then as you grow, it's going to shrink up to about there.
Wow.
Right, and then in some people, when they get into their 60s and 70s, it'll shrink everywhere, and they basically have, you know, like they have nothing. Whereas your red marrow is, you have the red marrow like a teenager.
Here's the big thing we're going to talk about is the amount of body fat you've been able to lose, and not that you had a lot beforehand. But Raj, the owner of this Pernova medical test, which is a DWI MRI, which is the most advanced MRI in the world right now. I mean, he said in his over 15-year career of being a radiologist, what did he say about your body fat?
He said I had very low body fat, but a lot of lean muscle.
You know, you're like, all muscle.
Well, at least there's muscle. Is there good muscle? Oh my god.
Good. Let me show you how much muscle you have.
I can see this.
I can see.
You can see all this dark gray here. This is all muscle.
What would the percentage be? Can you tell that on there? Like, I kind of want to know because I've been doing some.
We could get an idea, but really the best quantitative test is a DEXA scan.
Okay, I'll just do that.
But like your percentage has to be like 10%.
I know it's pretty low, yeah.
You know, you can see, for example, if I zoom this in, you see that white layer there?
You'd let me to cover that, right? I'll start on the
But that's
Yeah.
the
That's all the subcutaneous fat you had,
yeah,
yeah.
which is paper thin. You know, and then as well here, your visceral fat. Why? It's like there's always visceral fat around the kidneys, and you barely have any. Your kidney is wrapped right up here against your liver.
Wow.
That was right.
So borderline.
Have you been like fasting to lose fat? Or
No. I've been doing OMAD, so it's just been kind of an experiment. So yeah, it's just
1 meal a day.
1 meal a day, but it's a lot. But I'm finding I have to probably increase my window because I can just tell how veiny I am, you know. But the thing is, I feel great. That's the problem. Is I feel so good and energetic, but I don't like the looks. It's more of an aesthetic thing as a woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
And so I just want to make sure, but I don't have any fatigue. Like I feel like my brain is on fire, and I feel like my energy is on fire. And it's more just kind of like I feel like I need to up it because, you know. So I don't know.
Yeah, I really don't know, but it's amazing. I've never seen this little amount of fat in anybody.
Is that right?
And so that's from 1 meal a day.
Well, it's about 1,600 calorie meal, 1,700 calories. So I've been doing it for about 7 months, but I was intermittent fasting. I lifted a lot of weight, so and I'm still very strong.
I'm not sure if she's on anything. I don't really know. I mean, again, I don't think it's really so bad to take something to help you perform or look better. The jury's out on whether low dose Anavar for women is bad long term. Probably is. And again, I'm not saying that she's on it. Anytime you see somebody in the fitness industry who has a nice body, it falls into the category of not anytime achievable natty, but probably not natty. You know what I mean? It's like you have to look for a cluster. All right. I mentioned this in the Nick Dompier video that I did, where it's like, okay, just his body in and of itself does not mean that he's on steroids, right? That alone, like her body in and of itself, does not imply that she's on steroids, right? But you take the fact that she has a body that looks like that, which is very lean. She looks great. I don't know. I like that look on a woman, like lean, visible muscles. Like, you know, just keep it PG over here, but I like it. It appeals to me. Let's just say that. Is that his wife? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, if it is, I'm sorry. No disrespect. What's it saying? Shit, I totally lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, Nick Dompier, right? Okay, or whatever. Her. She's in the fitness industry, so fitness professional, and her body looks like that. She makes a living from her appearance. Really, she makes a living from selling fitness shit. Really, training, diet books, whatever the fuck these people sell. I don't know. That's added incentive to, you know, maybe take something to put you at the top of the top, right? And I didn't hear what he said, but he's like, this is from one meal a day? All this muscle that you have, you just eat once a day and your body builds lots of muscle? Really? I'm a doctor? I'm supposed to know about this? I don't know, whatever.
And this is the thing, and so people have seen my body change, interestingly enough, on, like, we do a lot of social media, and like, you know, it's almost too much. Like, you can see every muscle in your body, and I'm like, the problem is that it just kind of happens, you know, when you're intermittent fasting. So now it's just trying to tailor it to kind of soften the look and get some fat in areas that I probably would look better with. So it's been interesting. That's all I can say. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fascinating to me. You know,
Because you've done that many scans and you haven't seen someone with this little body fat.
No.
With that much muscle, you mean?
Yeah, with that much muscle and that amount of low fat. Although I have you know, seen many Peter Attias patients who are unbelievable because they're very similar.
No, thank you.
You know, I saw,
Mostly natty.
well, I've seen, like, you know, I think the most amazing one. There was a gentleman in his early 50s, and I swear, like, this guy looked like a 17-year-old hockey player.
I love
trucks, and it was, you know,
Yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah.
You know, because we, you know, I work with the junior hockey team here, and so you see these young guys who have, like, you know, thighs that are like this. And it's like, you know, to see a 50-year-old with that, I'm like, so that's my category. I'm thinking, wow, what are you doing?
Yeah,
My
yeah.
muscles keep growing, but my fat keeps burning, and so this is why it's scaring some people who see me. Because, especially as a woman, because they're like, you know, it's different because it's like a bystander effect. Like when men have that, they're like, "Whoa, dude, you look amazing, you're ripped." But when they see it for women, they're like, "You're anorexic, like you're, you know." And I'm like, I can't. It's hard because the way I feel, my brain has never felt better. I feel like I'm in my 20s, you know. But it's like I see it, I'm like, oh damn, you're right. So interesting. I just wanted you to know from my perspective
Yeah,
what I'm going through.
you know, and I think this sort of speaks to what we were talking about earlier with medicine, like how little we know.
Yeah.
Like, what is normal? Like,
Right.
Our,
Like,
you know, like our perception of what's normal now
Yeah.
is that, you know, oh, you should have, you know, you should be more curvy, you should look like a bodybuilder.
I guess. All I know is I'm
What is
stronger than
that?
ever been, and
Yeah.
my brain is like
Exactly.
always been better than it was in my 20s, and I'm 43. So what do you do? What do you do?
Yeah.
You eat more and you please other people. So you like on social media, like, it's like ridiculous.
Well, you know, but it sort of says to us, like, you know, we don't actually even understand body's metabolism,
Yeah.
right? You know, and you know, when you talk about like the mTORs and things like that, that people have a clue about,
Yeah.
right? It's just,
I'm eating 180
Amazing.
grams of protein. I'm 120.
yeah.
But
So for example, here you can see that there's a little bit of fat separating the colon and the liver. And now yours here as well, very close, but a little bit of fat, just sort of insulating the kidneys.
Mhm.
See that?
Yeah.
that's your
Look,
mic.
That's me, yeah.
and Mike is low too compared to a lot of people. And so then we go back to you.
So got kind of a closer look at what she looks like. I mean, she's lean, for sure lean. I don't know, it's hard to say, man. Like, I don't know. They say, like, and again, this has turned into like, all right, let's address the title of this video. What keto did to our organs, like, just by looking at these people, you know, you can tell they're healthy people, right? The dude looks healthy. The chick maybe has some work done. Still looks pretty healthy. Body looking on point, really. Again, no disrespect, homie, if this is your wife, but like, she looks very good. I don't know. Like, for 43, how can you look better at 43, honestly? Some people might say that that's a little too much muscle, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I think it looks, I like it. I'm fine with that. I have no problem with that. Like, those biceps, oh my God. It's a good look. I wish my biceps looked like that. I mean, bigger, obviously, but like, I don't know, it's a good look. Where I start to wonder is like, okay, you saw like the veins on the triceps as she's just like sitting there doing nothing. It's kind of a tell. Plus, another element we could add to the cluster is that she's had what appears to be some plastic surgery. And again, not to take a curse, I think she looks amazing, really. But this is the problem with the fitness industry, is that there's more to it than meets the eye, right? And the reason, to be fair, is because it's illegal to do steroids. It's against the law, right? Can you not go to jail for doing that, right? Illegal to possess them or something? Or is it legal to possess them for personal use? Or is that's not in the United States? I'm not really sure. Plus the bad stigma, roid rage, fucking whatever, all this dumb shit that apparently happens when you take steroids. Or is she on GH? Like, I don't know. But like, what's the point? Is that to achieve that look, to be that lean and that full looking and that big, which is not big really, it's not size, it's just fullness and leanness is really the I don't want to say the tell. I don't know. Like, notice she's like not posting her blood test results. It's an MRI. Anyway, whatever. I don't care. Fucking, what am I picking this apart for? But anyway, the point is that by looking at these people, you can tell that they're healthy people. Really, like, fine, making content, blah blah blah. You people out there are bored. You want to watch something. Instead of going to the gym yourself, you want to eat your butter sandwiches and feel good that you don't actually go to the gym. And you're like, well, actually, I'm going to link you to this video. They did keto, and she has the body of a 16-year-old girl, even though she's 43. Therefore, eating a pound of bacon a day is okay. Which, not to say there's anything, it's not wrong per se to eat a pound of bacon. But that's not why... I hate Vietnam. That's not why she looks like that. And he looks like that, for that matter, either. Because these people are active and fit and healthy. You can be an 80-year-old whatever and eat your pound of bacon with butter a day. You're not going to look like this if you don't train.
And there's like next to nothing anywhere around here.
Wow.
I'm just looking at muscles there because shit. Look at me.
So the muscle, look at it. Wow.
Yes.
Which is this the core muscles we're looking at?
Yeah, so these are the oblique muscles. So that's muscle of the core. But here's the oblique kind of going from here. Like that thickness. And I can, if you're keen to measure it, I can.
Don't measure my glute muscle, please. I'm on it.
It's 2.3 centimeters, so that's that's just under an inch worth of oblique muscles. You don't see that except in teenagers.
Well then, did you hear him?
Yeah, you never see that other than teenagers and high performance athletes. And then here's the rectus muscles here as well.
My tiny glute.
No, but your glute is all muscle. There's no fat on there at all.
There you go.
See that cross section? So here's the maximus, medius, minimus, and there's no fat separating them. So it's all muscle.
So very interesting.
And then we go. Here's another side view. We're looking at the uterus. There's the uterus there.
I have an ID.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
I was just trying to determine if you had a C-section or not.
I did.
And the answer is yes.
Oh, because they come in right through there, through the uterus,
You can see right there. There's see how it's nice and smooth there, and then there's a little notch right there. So that's the actual incision. So you can cross the muscle right there.
Wow.
Didn't want it.
Yeah.
And then normally the subcutaneous fat, which you have none, we can actually see the next part of the incision where they go in. So you can tell if you have a C-section. Because it's like
What's that white in the space?
bladder.
Oh.
So there's a bladder right there.
Did you have to go pee?
I always have to pee.
So Raj, we have your scan here. So you're pointing out that's an intra-abdominal fat?
And so here's my right kidney, my left kidney. You can see how there's all this fat around the kidneys. Right? So you can see this is all the visceral fat inside of me. You can see all that white. Here you can see the subcutaneous fat.
Yeah.
And like the crazy thing is like my BMI is on the low side of normal. But I contain it all on the inside.
Wow.
And being Indian, I'm at high risk therefore type 2 diabetes because
Sure.
I got more visceral fat, even though my BMI is normal.
Right.
Actually not normal, low normal. Not just normal.
Textbook, yeah.
Textbook.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm basically a textbook healthy guy, but I know that I'm not.
Because
right?
where it's like.
Okay, well, at least fortunately, this guy, Raj, whatever, intelligent enough to understand that just because it's at the low side of normal on the BMI or whatever it is, the BMI index, like clearly compared to these two athletes, homie's not in good shape at all. Like, this is all the fat that he has in his organs. This is like bad. It's not really bad. I don't know. And this is, okay, so here's the thing. It's like when a doctor does an MRI on you, you can trust the MRI. But would you trust what the doctor says if the doctor's fat? What he just says, right? It's like you can't really argue with the MRI. If your MRI looks like shit and you're whatever complaining of pain and your MRI looks like you have the body of like a 100-year-old man, you can't argue with that. But does that mean you should trust doctors no matter what? I don't think so. But that said, I don't know, it's kind of making me want to get an MRI. Raj, where are you at? Can you do me next? Yeah, okay. Like, I don't know, people. I don't know, honestly, I watch this and I'm like, it kind of takes the fun out of life a little bit, really. And this is probably a strange reaction to have something like this. Like all you out there are like, oh, keto is better, I'm vindicated. But like I look at this and I'm like, the mystery of life has been reduced to MRIs. And we know what all those things in the body do. We know what everything does. We just know everything already. Okay, fine. Like BMI might be wrong. Like all these little tiny things might be wrong. We know what the kidneys do. We know what the liver does. We know you're probably going to live 80, 90, 100 years. And that's it. You know, what else? And I guess it's the pursuit of knowledge, right? Pursuit of medical knowledge and the constant striving for progress that is really the important part of human civilization. But I look at this and I just, you know, what's one man's impact on the world really going to be? You know, how significant can you actually want to be if all the shit is already figured out? You know, you're not going to, what are you going to discover? What's left? All the easy stuff is taken, you know? Really, I don't know. Maybe that's a strange reaction to have.
Where it's located, and what I do find sort of fascinating about what you're describing with the way you're dieting is that that's how people in India eat.
Yeah.
They don't eat crazy
all day.
Crazy amounts. They just,
One big meal.
Yeah.
It's a 2 hour window though, you know. I mean, so some people do OMAD in 1 hour, but 2 enables you to chew and think and breathe and socialize and do it right. And so it's like these people judge because it's so different from what we've been socially programmed to do. And I wouldn't eat any other way after doing this for 7 months. And I love food, you know. It's not like I'm dieting. It's just my body metabolizes protein and fat, very little carb, very efficiently, so much more than it was when I was in a larger feeding window. And it continues to surprise me. So yeah. We will share.
Yeah, no,
share
it's
for sure.
fascinating to kind of see how it works. You know, you can also see my marrow ends about there.
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, it's all fat from there. I'm full of fat.
That's what it all much. Yeah, and it's a transition period, right? So some people are scared away from it when they start it because they don't feel so good, right? Because your body's going through changes.
So I put myself to the test with the OMAD and doing more carnivorous approach, and I was able to maintain my strength, but burn my body's fat for fuel primarily to a point where it was extremely low. So yeah, it's very possible.
To obviously burn body fat and maintain muscle eating 1 meal a day, because that's the biggest concern that so many people have is, am I going to be able to stimulate muscle protein synthesis if I'm eating all my calories in 1 meal? And if you want a little bit more information and some guidance on, you know, some structure, some framework on how to approach a compressed feeding pattern like 1 meal a day, we have a new course that's out, Flexible OMAD. The links are below. We'd love to have you as a part of that, and we have some special bonuses there as well. So
and there's a reason why we call it Flexible OMAD, y'all, because it is a tool and it's not a diet. Mike will say it's 1 meal a day, but it sounds very restrictive in that case. It's pretty much multiple meals within a short feeding window. That feeding window is not always 2 hours. Sometimes it's a 3 hour. Sometimes on a week it's a 6 hour. So we talk about how to utilize OMAD, 1 meal a day, a short feeding window throughout your life as a tool when needed.
you know, we paid full price for these. We didn't get a discount. We're investing in our health. You should too.
All right, listen, I can't begrudge anybody for trying to make money. And the fitness industry, it is what it is. It's like, it's complaining about being of corruption in politics. Like, that's just how it is, dog. Like, politics is corrupt, straight up. Politics is corrupt, business is corrupt, everything is corrupt. The fitness industry, as pure and like inspiring as these people try to be, again, I'm not talking about them specifically, just in general, it's very rare that you find somebody who's 100% honest and is not, and if they are selling something, they're upfront and honest about how they get their own results and what results you can expect. Like, what's the implication here? Like, this is a much more natural looking body type. I don't know if he's had any work done. This girl clearly had some work done, you know what I mean? So the implication is that if you do OMAD, what are they saying with this video? It's like, I did OMAD for 7 months. Here's my MRI. I look amazing. I'm the body of a 16-year-old girl. Therefore, if you do OMAD, you'll look like me, right? That's the implication here. It's never outright said, but that's what's implied. Okay, results not typical. Results may vary. Blah blah blah. But like, that's the implication. Okay, now you don't know what else she's doing. I don't want to blow her up, but like, you know, you've had like jaw implants and, you know, cool sculpting surgery, and you're on Clen or whatever, like, you know, whatever. She looks amazing. I don't know. I'm in love, really. Homie's lucky. I see a wedding ring there, so they must be married. And really, honestly, people, anybody, I don't know. I just feel like anybody who buys stuff like this, you deserve to have your money taken from you. Like, do your thing, please. Like, go ahead. Don't let me talk you out of it just because I'm a shit talker. Like, I've also been working out for actually 20 years of my life. Like, 20 fucking years I've been exercising. So I don't need to buy a program. I think it's retarded. I think you just need to get your ass in the gym. Eat 1 meal a day. You need a program to eat 1 meal a day. Like, What? Huh? What? Eat one meal a day. That's it. That's the program. Like, eat it in 2 hours, you know? I don't know. I just think it's dumb. Like, props to them. Go make your money. Do your thing. But, like, eat meat. Eat once a day. I can't even do it anymore.
But we just want to share with you kind of the behind the scenes and actually the raw footage, right? As we were learning, just like you were, is our diet as a lifestyle? What is it doing to our bodies? Now, this is just an N of 2 experiment, male versus female, we're different ages and all that sort of stuff. We definitely encourage you, if you have the finances and the time and the interest to go to Vancouver, BC, go to Pronovo. You can tell them that we sent you and stuff like that. We received no financial kickback from this. Full disclosure, I heard about Raj and what he's doing over there from Peter Attia's podcast in June, and I think it's pretty amazing. So now we have a good baseline, right? So we can see, is the diet, is the fasting feeding patterns that we promote on this channel, is it improving or affecting our health in a negative way? And based upon Raj's feedback, he said things look really great. The low levels of visceral adiposity, virtually the 0 level of visceral abdominal, that is a pro-inflammatory fat. Indiana was really low. He said to you, gosh, if I didn't know any better, I would have thought this was the physique of a 16-year-old Olympic athlete. And you're 43, you've had a child before. So friends, what Deanna's doing is working. If you want to learn exactly what she's doing, links are below. We have a new course. I think you will enjoy it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But this was a really cool experience. I wish everyone could do it. I think it's good to have a baseline. It's good to, as people have said, test, don't guess. A lot of people are just guessing and saying, oh, this diet's the best, or this diet's the best, but they're not actually testing their body in scientific ways. And we're going to reveal Deanna's blood work and my blood work on future videos. We'll talk about what blood tests you should be getting. But that's it for now. I really hope you enjoyed this video.
But no, it's fantastic. You see how these pictures really.
Yeah, I don't think you need to test in scientific ways. Although, to be fair, when I was watching this, it kind of made me want to get an MRI. I kind of want to know, you know what I mean? I do. But, and do I eat as perfectly as like this hot, MILF fitness model girl? Probably takes things a little bit more seriously than I do. But I kind of want to know, okay, now that said, to be fair, is it essential for me to know? No, it's not. Why? Because I know how I feel. I feel fucking amazing. I'm able to perform extremely well. I'm strong. I look at myself in the mirror, all right, fine. A little bit narcissistic, but I go to the gym here where I am now, and you're allowed to work out without a shirt, which every gym should incorporate that policy. It's so much more motivating to train without a shirt, straight up. Anyway, I work out without a shirt, and I make sure to get as close to the mirror as I can, as often as I can, anytime I do a set, because I want to see what's going on with my body. I enjoy watching the muscles flex. It's so much more motivating for you to do a set, and you see by like rep 5, you see like the little veins like popping through your shoulders, and you bust out like 5 more because you want to get the veins out more. You're like, more, it's just cool. It's fun. So anyway, the point is that I test myself constantly. I'm aware of how my body performs compared to how it performed last week or last month or a year ago or 5 years ago or whatever. So do I need an MRI to tell me that I'm fucking fit and healthy? No. Is it possible that this MRI might find that I have some fucked up shit in my body that I didn't realize that I had? Maybe. That's kind of scary. Do I have a brain tumor? Maybe I have a brain tumor. How fucked up would that be? Shit, that would suck, huh? Sometimes when I do these videos for extended periods of time, I feel kind of weird when I take off my headset. It's like, I feel kind of spacey. I'm like, whoa, I feel kind of weird, almost like I have a head rush. But, is that just because I'm staring at a screen for 4 hours and talking for 4 hours, pretty much, and focusing and concentrating? Or is it because I have a brain tumor? I don't know, maybe I could drop dead, who knows, maybe, whatever. Anyway, what keto did to our organs, I understand they're trying to make some content, but really people, this is for people who don't try anything, honestly. This is who this is for. It's like, you never tried, you never did it, you're too scared to do it, you're too lazy to try it, so you gotta watch a video that shows beyond a shadow of a doubt that, did you not know before this that keto is okay and carnivore is okay? I don't know, maybe you didn't. It's possible. It's like your first exposure to these concepts. I don't know, whatever. My faith in humanity is just fucking at the floor right now. Anyway. Yeah, let me know if you have any other suggestions for videos YouTubers want me to take a look at. Peace.